Hi, I'm Michael Balliet with the Daftarian Group. I'm going to take you behind the scenes in an $11 million flip in Crystal Cove, California, Newport Coast, in one of the most exclusive areas in all of Orange County. Let's take a look. We are headed up to Crystal Cove, which is the neighborhood that I spend most of my time. Focus on Crystal Cove, that's an area of Newport Coast. There's about 700 home sites ranging from the bottom of the hill. You've got condos starting price around the $3.5, $4 million range. Working your way up the hill was a project done by the Irvine Company, started in about 2006. They sold condos, they sold different developments of different level track homes, all the way up to the custom home sites. There's 150 or so of the custom home sites. We have sold, I don't know what the current number is, but it's somewhere around 150, 200 million in transactions in that neighborhood. We've got a lot of clients living in there, a lot of repeat clients, a lot of clients who bought 5-10 years ago. As their businesses and their lives changed, they move up the hill, they move down the hill, a lot of movement in there, but a lot of people, once they get into Crystal Cove, they tend to stay. So right now we're headed off to take a look at a project. We found an off market that was really something that not too many people knew about. The first time I walked it, it was, it was on a lockbox. Agent, didn't show up and set the house up. Wasn't staged. Was real dirty. Basically, just didn't show well. But it was a brand new custom. Hadn't really been lived in. The buyer, I believe, was an international buyer who really never used it. And then after COVID, no one was ever around. So the moment I walked it, I knew the presentation was, no one was going to really buy it in its current condition. They were asking $10 million for it. And I thought, this would be a great opportunity if we could pick it up at the right price. All it would need, it had great bones. All it would need is some new lighting, be cleaned up, make some very slight modifications to the kitchen and landscaping, clean it up, stage it. And, I think that arguably we should be able to get somewhere in the 10 plus, maybe up to $11 million for it. And so, we've got a select group of clients that are all local. The particular client that ended up jumping on it is a local Crystal Cove client. This will be his second home that I've sold them. And this one we're just gonna help. We've advised from the get-go in the acquisition, help bring in all of the different subcontractors, stagers, general contractors, help advise on the design, what materials to use. Basically we've got our finger on the pulse. We know what buyers are looking for. We have multiple custom homes for sale in Crystal Cove, starting from $20 million all the way up to almost $50 million. And so when you interact with these buyers on a daily basis, you really get, a good pulse on your finger on the pulse and understand, what people want. So, turnkey in this environment is key. People don't really want to do any work. I mean, it's tough enough to get furniture ordered, in the post-COVID days. So just providing this end-to-end turnkey solution is something that is an extreme, value add proposition. The market has changed dramatically, and because of a lack of inventory, and Orange County has changed a lot in the last, call it 24 months, but really in the last 12 months post-COVID, very, very limited supply, lack of inventory, a lot of new buyers, And a lot of buyers coming from out of the area that have different expectations of what was a traditional, local Orange County buyer. People from LA, they come down here and they want new. They look for different types of design elements, and Orange County has typically been, heavy Tuscan, Santa Barbara. So people are having different wants and needs and expectations, and in some neighborhoods that's tough to do, especially on the exterior. You could do an interior remodel and do something contemporary, but you're still going to have that Tuscan vibe, Spanish style roof. So, kind of matching up buyers with the product has been a bit of a challenge. What's up, brother? Well, hey, what's up? That's my man. How you doing? Good to see you. We're doing a little tour around Crystal Cove. All right, brother. Take care. Good to see you. So, one of the things that, there's a couple ways to look at this. My exclusive client base that I've been working with for the last 5 years or so, I've bought and sold a lot of different homes in Crystal Cove and Newport Coast and even Laguna Beach. But now with the limited supply and lack of inventory, it's really important to have that client base that trusts you, what they're looking for, because when you see these off-market opportunities, automatically I know about my database and I know about my client list what people are looking for. I have 5 or 10 clients that are all looking for different things, and so we like to say it's not checkers, it's chess. There's sellers in this neighborhood that I have that don't have a place to go, and their home is perfect for another client that I have, but I need to figure out where they're going to go. So it's really a game of chess, right? It's 2 or 3 or 4 moves ahead, and as these pieces come together, we get to move the different families around. It just creates opportunity. But none of this is found on the MLS. You cannot find this on Zillow. This is working exclusively with people like us and our team, because most of this stuff's not happening on the market. It's funny, a lot of our clients say that our team missed our calling with regard to design and staging and advisory in terms of helping to. We have a very unique eye, again, having done so many transactions, being involved in so many purchases, acquisitions, and sales, that we know what buyers and sellers need to do to be successful to acquire companies. That's my old life. To acquire properties. We also have made a name for ourselves in properties that are difficult to sell, and we can walk in and we can see the 3 or 4 things right away that could be really small changes that make an impactful difference. Meaning, sometimes it's the window coverings are too specific, or a color palette is outdated, or just the furniture could be landscaping. I mean, there can be some very small things that make a very impactful difference. So we really feel bringing this whole advisory concierge service, where from the front door, we can identify whether it's staging, color palette, replacing landscaping. Sometimes it's the less is more factor too. You walk in, there's too much furniture, there's too many knickknacks, there's this, there's that. It's really you have to train the eye to see what you want it to see. You want it to see the beautiful architecture. You want it to see the view. Sometimes you walk into a view property and all you can see are like, the picture frames, or the, yellow drapes, or this or that. So it's sometimes less is more. It's taking things down to making it even so that your eyes are trained to see exactly what you want it to see. Crystal Cove is arguably one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in all of Newport Coast. It's the newest of all the gated communities. Again, about 700 or so homes, ranging from condos at the bottom all the way up to the highest price sale at 15 Del Mar was $61 million. Now homes are starting to press even higher than that, 70, 80. There's a triple lot on Del Mar that people say could be worth $150 million. So This is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods, one of the most sought after, and a lot of people moving here from other areas like it because it's the newest. The views are phenomenal. All the amenities. I mean, it's just a gorgeous area to live in. So South Sur, one of these three streets here, South Sur is one of those streets that the New Home Company had built and developed. This side, the whole side of the street is all the New Home Company product. Coral Crest, which were sold in the 2016-17 era. These homes originally at that time sold, I guess, in the $7-8 million range. Now some of them are, I heard that one of them got an offer for $15 million recently. So, I mean, the property values have skyrocketed. On this side of South Sur, this is the custom side, and all of these homes on this street, well, actually, I take that back. There are 1, 2, 3 that were done back in the 06-07 time frame. John Lang homes, they were called semi-customs, but otherwise the rest of these lots were all sold and custom home sites were developed. So it looks like this will be the last one finished. That one's almost done. The one next door to 32 South Sur is just about completed. We just sold 36 South Sur, just closed a few months back. So you have a mix between semi-custom, custom, and these are the New Home Company product on this side. All right, so this is that off-market on South Sur, Crystal Cove. Really some small things that can be done that are overlooked are, you take a look, landscaping. You've got, dead bushes here. This olive tree needs to be trimmed back. I mean, it seems like really simple and obvious to everyone, except for sometimes people that are selling the property. I mean, if you live here, maybe, it's your second home, you're not paying attention to it as much, but there was this really kind of dated gate. You have a palm tree that had actually caught, a palm tree disease. That one's dead, this one has it. So this is all gonna be removed. All of these bushes are gonna be removed. Look at the facade of this property. I mean, it is an absolute stunner of a custom home. You have huge steel and glass front, double front doors. You have all this precast stone. Look at the beautiful neutral color. I mean, the home is beautiful. So if you open all this up, you have this beautiful fountain. It's not working at the moment, but this is gonna all be cleaned up, some new rocks. All the landscaping will be cleaned up. And we'll be trimming all this back. We'll bring some color in, we'll bring in some mulch, trim these trees so that you can see the property. Initially, when I came to this house, there was some really, really over-the-top lighting that, we can see some of it over here. Window treatments. Look at these windows. These 3 beautiful arched windows, and look at the size of this room. Look at the ceiling height, the architecture, the lighting. Let me turn on the lights. I mean, this room had all of these window treatments were covering every window in here. Heavy, dark. There was an extra large, oversized king bed with a huge credenza and a dresser. I mean, this room felt small and dark. Look at it, you take all this down, you have an ocean view of Crystal Cove right there, and the light now that's in here. So really simple. I mean, taking down the window treatment, filling and patching the holes. We're gonna change out some of the light fixtures. Like for example, in the bathroom, I mean, again, the bones are beautiful. Look at, you've got a floating vanity. This is all custom. Look at all the stonework. Up here, again, these are all personal choices, but the lighting fixtures just weren't exactly what today's buyer is looking for. So we take all this down, open this all up, make it light and bright. But if you look, look at the color. This palette is what's in. This is on design. Everyone loves this color. The stone floors are beautiful. The ceiling height's amazing. Wide open hallway. Beautiful, circular staircase. Some of the things that are going to be done, again, up here over these beautiful doors. These all open. Opens up to, you've got indoor-outdoor space. But if you see here, there were some big heavy drapes hanging here. Little things like this fireplace, we're gonna clean all this up. We're gonna take out those blue rocks. We're gonna put beautiful spheres, those little fireplace ball set, paint this, make this look attractive. Out here, we'll have club chair seating, just so that you feel that indoor-outdoor space where, so once this is all staged, when a potential buyer, a family comes in here, this will be all staged with beautiful furniture. You can envision having a dinner party and having all this open, this indoor-outdoor space. This home is about 7,300 square feet, but with the indoor-outdoor space, it's gonna end up feeling like it's an 8,500 square foot home. But you look at double island, waterfall cabinets, again, I mean, you got cabinetry to the ceiling. This back wall had a, low floating set of cabinetry as uppers that just did not do justice to this wall. If you look at the scale of this wall, when you walk in, this should be the wow factor, right? I mean, you already have the 2 islands, everybody loves that, but this was just missing. So we had our general contractor had our custom cabinetry is gonna come in. We didn't love this backsplash. We thought that, they kind of missed the mark with this. This is gonna be demoed out. There's gonna be a solid slab backsplash that's gonna go with this, and then we're gonna have a custom set of cabinetry with glass fronts all the way to the ceiling. This is gonna be a big wow factor. You walk in, with the staging, everything's gonna look amazing. This back wall with like glass custom cabinetry is gonna be that wow factor that it's kind of missing. So these are little things. I mean, this to most people, that seems like a big project. This was demoed in half of a day. Cabinetry is being built. It's gonna be installed in one day. You're talking about a couple of days, and $15,000, $20,000 later, this is gonna be a real wow factor of this property. These all pocket, open up, you've got extreme privacy, but again, the furniture, just the way it was presented was inadequate, and it's going to be all staged out. So I can't really wait to show, what it's gonna look like when we're done. But again, I kind of nerd out. I've got like the design, and I think I should have been a interior designer in another life, but it's something I'm passionate about, I really love. And I can see it when I walk into properties. A lot of people can't see it. I see, 2 or 3 steps ahead and understand what it can be. They had made this an office, which this doesn't make sense as an office. It's right off your living room. This is like an extension of your family room. When you're having people over, you've got a pass-through fireplace. There's a lot of cool architectural features. This, to me, will be staged up with 4 club chairs, and the way that people will use it, this all opens up, so you have indoor, outdoor. It's sort of like people are entertaining in here, you're sitting here, you now have a secondary sitting area where, not to sound sexist, but like the gentleman will probably go, hang out in there. Or actually in my family, myself and my brother-in-law, we do all the cooking. So we'll be in the kitchen, and maybe the gals are in there hanging out and, talking about life and things as they know it. So maybe we take a trip upstairs. So this is an area that could make a major impact. When people walk in, they walk down the hallway, their eyes, we're trying to train people's eyes to look straight out and see, the high ceilings, the wide walkways, the beautiful open, the whole thing's open, the dining room, family room, kitchen. Everyone says open concept. It's the most overused word in real estate, but realistically, that's what people want, is they want just an area where everyone's gonna congregate and have fun and experience, their family and guests. But back to this, as you're walking, this is going to be one of those lighting fixtures that has 35 or 36 glass spheres that are gonna drop down 15 feet. So as you walk down the hallway, you'll start to catch a glimpse of it. And as you get closer and as you come up the staircase, it's gonna be just a gorgeous, gorgeous centerpiece right here that will kind of blow people's mind. So again, everyone's tastes are different, but in today's market, in Crystal Cove, this doesn't fit. This is something that I would put in a, in a cabin up in, Aspen, right? Like this is a cool feature, but it's just not Crystal Cove. As we head into what is the primary suite, this room was a huge opportunity for us because I wish I had the before shots. All the windows were covered with a huge valance that dropped down like 24 inches and covered, and it was all bedazzled, and it just wasn't the right vibe for this neighborhood or this product. I mean, you look at the wood floors, you look at the baseboards, you look at the color palette, the white, everything's white, but that's what people like these days. You can come in and make it your own, but they can really, look how light and bright. The lights aren't even on in here right now. Let me flick the lights on real quickly. Again, staging is going to be key. The presentation of the property, you can barely see through the windows. So the whole house will be professionally cleaned to construction, brand new construction level. One of the things that we did is we worked with the HOA to get the trees trimmed. So now we can actually see the harbor. Those trees were completely overgrown. The home virtually is brand new. It was built 3 years ago, but really never lived in. So when you look, all the stone, everything is new. Gonna do all new light fixtures in here. Just on trend, very simple, elegant, classy. It'll be, chrome details that will go with the hardware. We've got a very cool standalone tub. Another little detail, we're having a custom shade made for right here just to offer some privacy. You've got dual his and hers, or hers and hers, or his and his, whatever you want to call it. Dual walk-in closets, dual water closets. This home has a lot of cool features. You have, a stackable washer dryer in the primary suite, which people tend to love. You could just throw a tiny load in there. You've got this open walk-in shower. But again, this is all on trend. Beautiful cabinetry, underlit, tray lighting in the ceiling. A lot of features in this property. Wide hallways. Here's another little thing where we're going to add some value. No one really loved the idea of having these stick out in here. We're going to remove these. We're going to get a smaller set. We're going to have custom cabinetry, bring in 2 cabinets like this and cover this so it'll be enclosed. So now it's just small little things like this, but these little details, when you're looking at 10, 11, 12, $15 million homes, every little detail matters. So these will come out. Cabinet doors custom made, installed. That'll be clean, problem solved. Then you have, gorgeous secondary suites, beautiful bathrooms. Again, small little details, but beautiful cabinets, beautiful stone. The lighting fixtures just didn't make sense, so we took all that down. We've ordered all that. Those are going to go in the next couple of days. One of the things that people live in Crystal Cove or Newport Coast or the California Riviera, whatever you want to call it, indoor, outdoor, right? So, this is an opportunity here. We're going to do some staging here where, the family can feel like, okay, you have 2 kids, secondary bedrooms. This is a beautiful outdoor patio, very private. Have some stage seating out here. Again, it's that feeling. So then when you walk into it, you can envision living here as a family, enjoying it. So from the time that I walked through this property for the first time, brought the client in to closing, I would say was about 3 weeks total. From the time that we bring in the GC, so really it was quarterbacking, general contractor, landscaper, designer, the stagers, quarterbacking all of that into a 2 or 3 day period, getting a whole crew in here. It was probably about 25 people in here at one time, getting down all the light fixtures, getting down all the drapery, window coverings. That took just a matter of a couple of days. We ordered all the light fixtures. We measured out and had the upper cabinets, they're in construction. So from the time that all started until we'll be ready to present this to a new buyer is gonna be about 3 weeks, which is crazy. Typically it takes a lot longer than that. So we've got a great team. We are used to doing this. We have extreme experience in it. And my hope is from start to finish, by the time, we may not even put this on the market, we've got probably a buyer in our database, in our client base, that would like to have a new custom with all of these features at, call it $1,400–1,500 a square foot, in that $10 to $11 million range. Let's see how it looks when we're all done. But I would say that that's going to be about a 45-day process. So the importance of using us, using the right team, having the contacts, having the experience, the knowledge, the know-how, picking up properties for the right price, understanding what they're going to be worth, future market value, and basically you get to rely on us. This client has been here maybe once or twice. Myself and our team, we've probably been here about 30, 40 times in the last week. So there's a lot of time involved, there's a lot of experience needed, but when you hire the right team, this is going to be the outcome. In order to have access to these exclusive off-market opportunities, you have to be part of our private client group. Our private client group are people that want to work with the best. They want to have the concierge white glove service. They're people looking for opportunities, whether it's a flip, an investment, or even just their primary home or secondary home. They expect nothing but the finest in terms of service and access. So if you're interested in becoming part of our private client group and having access, exclusive access to opportunities like this, there'll be a link below for you to join. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes look at this flip we're working on. Stay tuned for next week so you can see design, demo, construction, as it all comes together for the final product that's going to go to market.